way people have asked for it, so I'm gonna conduct it. So पहले मैं एक picture explain करूँगी GPE की, then I'm gonna read it, and then you have to read it on the screen itself. अगर if it is required, you can take screenshot,
Okay.
and after that I'll give you 10 minutes for story writing, and for reading part I'll give you 5 minutes. All right?
Okay.
So are you all ready with the pen and paper?
Yes.
I'm not gonna participate in it today because I'm a bit off. So, and also I have some doubts in GP, so I want to clear it from you guys. So I'll be there for observation. So let me share my screen
Okay.
first to explain the picture. Okay, is it visible to all of you?
Yes. It is visible.
Okay. So let me explain. So basically, this area is called Ramnagar. This stair kind of symbol is, I mean, it is indicating the railway station, and this empty area is place of landslide. Okay. And after that, there is this resort which is called Ramnagar Resort. This forest is again belong to Ramnagar. There is this village. There is this police station of Ramnagar, and this is the River Palani. And there is one temple and hospital. So anything, and there is this indication of Solapur, which is another place. So is it clear to all of you? I mean, this picture.
Yes.
Uh, the Solapur isn't mentioned that how much kilometer is there from the corner line.
That we will see. The distance is not mentioned here, but yes, this is all the picture is about.
Fine.
Because see, why the distance is not mentioned here, because it's a railway station, right? So basically this railway track is going to the Solapur. We don't know about the distance because it's not mentioned here. So any other question in this picture?
No.
Okay, so I'm moving to the reading part. You are in a group of 10 students enjoying picnic at Ramnagar Resort in Ramnagar Forest. On the last day of your stay, some people of nearby village come to you and ask for help because a group of dacoits had attacked their village, which is 2 kilometers from your resort. Suddenly, a student of your group fell from the balcony of the resort and got badly injured. The chowkidar of the resort told you that nearby hospital is 5 kilometers away, and road leading to hospital is blocked because bridge over river Palani is broken. River Palani flows through the forest, which is 2 kilometers from resort. While you are planning what to do, a local person comes to you and informs you that due to landslide, rocks have fallen on the railway track and train is likely to start from Sholapur railway station at 12 p.m., causing a likely threat which may result into a train accident, and you also have to board the train at 2 p.m. from Ramnagar railway station. Now there are some additional information, like 2 boats are available near river Palani, weapons are available in village, resort has motorcycle, and across the river there is village which has a jeep, okay, which is a vehicle. So I'm gonna give you 2.5 minutes to observe the picture again, and 2.5 minutes more to read it again, okay, and then 10 minutes will be there for the writing part, and I'll stop sharing my screen. So I'm sharing it again for 2.5 minutes. Observe it. time is up for observing the picture. Now I'm giving you 2 minutes 30 seconds to read it again. I have narrated it already. Okay, so the time is up. I'm giving you 10 minutes to write the story. Please start it.
Shweta, what is the time right now? There was no current time given in the story.
51 seconds. 51 seconds are already over.
Hello, I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible. Please write it.
It's 9:49.
Oh, that you were
Like,
asking
No,
time.
no,
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 he is
not.
asking about the picture.
I'm asking about the picture. There is no current time given for the picture.
Yeah, current time was not given, I guess.
You can assume na 9:30 assume कर लो.
Okay.
Hey, hi everyone.
Hi Rohit, currently everybody is in GPE test, so let's
Okay,
wait for
got
few
it.
minutes.
Yeah.
stop writing. 10 minutes are up. And now I'm gonna give you 15 minutes to take a break of few seconds, and then you can start discussing your GP. Please turn on your camera while discussion. So I'm putting the timer. Are you all ready?
Yes.
Alright, so your time starts now. Please start it.
Well, we can start by prioritizing our problems. That is, first would be treating our friend, second would be catching the records, and third would be clearing the blockade and informing the railway department. And all these tasks can be solved simultaneously if we effectively divide our group as well.
Yes, we can divide our group in four, three, and two. As one of the group member is already injured, so our total strength remain as 9 people. So we can accordingly divide our group. So as you told that we
Gentlemen,
have
we have to look
prioritized,
at
our
our
first priority
resources
is to
too.
help our group member who is injured. So we will go and do that, solve first that priority, that
Well,
problem.
for solving
Gentlemen,
that, what
I
we
would
can
like
do
to
is we
say that if we need to look at our resources too, because if we look at the
Yes.
resource, the bike is available for taking injured person. So the maximum person
Yeah.
that can be involved is 2 person who will be taking 1 person on bike, and then
well, if
after
we
they can
Gentlemen,
see
reach
closely,
home.
if we see closely, the person has fallen from a balcony. It would be
right,
taking on
exactly.
a bike would not be a feasible option. What we can do is we can make a stretcher kind of thing from the woods available at the forest.
Yeah, it's
Then,
already there in forest.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we can divide the make two groups, which one can be taken the responsibility of taking the injured friend to the hospital, and the simultaneously we can use the same boat for the another group who can
Gentlemen,
then go to the
okay,
Ramnagar
gentlemen,
railway
as our
station.
resort is 2 kilometers away
So
from the river, so with that you told that as a stretcher, we have to that some 4 people will needed to hold that stretcher, right? So we have to first take him to the river. From that we have to catch the boat. So and then we have to cross the boat,
Yeah.
cross the river,
gentlemen,
and from
for
there
that
we have
we
to
have to travel for 2 kilometers to reach to boat. Then
yeah,
after that we will take a boat.
yes,
Now, the
yes,
boat is not 2 kilometers away from the resort. The hospital is from the resort. After crossing the river. So after crossing the river, we can use a jeep for that. We
Yeah,
can
we have to
transfer our
use the
friend
jeep
on the
because
jeep, and then we can go on the jeep to the hospital. And we can
gentlemen,
also
I would
accommodate
like
the
to
second
is that
group on the. Just let me finish a bit.
yeah, sure,
We can accommodate the second group also on the boat, which can consist of 3 people who can go
yes.
on to the Ramnagar railway station and inform about the blockade, which can we can
I
clear.
think one person will be enough, and the informer will be enough to go to Ramnagar and tell the
Well,
because we have to
since we
provide
have a
information
good
about
amount,
it.
well, we
Gentlemen, I
have a
will
good strength, so we can also assist them in clearing the blockade. So that would basically
I think
make the task
blockade
easier.
will be cleared by them only because we need people as we also have to move at later stage to the railway station. We need 2 people to go and inform a railway police station, and we can use bike for that. So the
Gentlemen,
second
so
problem can
Yeah,
be
I
we
would
can
solved
like
by
to
use.
that.
tell that first of all, we have to take the person to the hospital. But due to, as you told that you have to take a jeep, but there is a blockage on the from on bridge. That road is blocked. We can't take the bridge. We can't take that path
Okay, so
to go to
gentlemen,
the
I would like
hospital.
to
Well, jeep
clear
is
here.
just
We are going
across
to
the
Temple
river.
Village, where the
Yeah, Temple Village.
GP. GP is on the
Yeah,
other side
that's
of the
where
river.
the jeep.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yes.
from there we can use the jeep, and
Yeah.
then about catching the dacoits, we can, as you suggested, we can send 2 people
To
to
the
the police station,
police station,
and since like 2, 3, 5, 6, 3 people we can send to village where they can coordinate with the villagers to
and they
lay
can
an
keep an
ambush
eye.
for the decade.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they can
yeah,
keep
yeah.
an eye
Gentlemen,
on the
on that
Decode's
point, I would like
locations.
to say, as we can see weapon, but someone we has weapon, they will not give it to you as they are villagers and they can use it. So sending people will not help. We can only send for police help with quicker pace by
Yeah, we
sending
can
bike.
as a basic
I think that can be
weapons
solved
as some
instead of sending people there.
lathis or
Yeah,
something. We can
obviously, like the people who have went to the police station can come to the village along with the police, and meanwhile
yeah,
we can prepare some handmade weapons as Akhilesh is
yes,
suggesting from lathis
lathi.
or iron rods,
Yeah.
which we can use to fight the dacoits.
Gentlemen,
So
I
at
would
any
like to
when
point out
police,
as the narration suggests that they had already raided the village. So you have no extra time to prepare for the attack. They are under attack.
Okay, so since
So
the forest is in between only, so along with the police, when the two people are informing the police, the meanwhile three people can prepare some kind of handmade weapons, and then while when they reach the village, they can basically ambush the dacoits
yep,
which are present over there.
and they can when on the way they can some take on wood locks or something as a
Yeah, exactly, exactly,
handy weapons, not as a
yeah, we can.
proper, as a handy weapons.
exactly, and
And that group will keep an eye on the dacoits and see where their location when the
We can
police
say
arrive.
that
They can go
the
they
people
can
can
surround
make a outer
the
perimeter to
location,
prevent them from escaping.
map the dacoits and hand over, and the police take them ahead, and we can go to our resort and our plan of further journey.
well, we can see that since one of our friend is admitted in the hospital, so
Yeah,
we should keep hospital as our final meeting point. And the people
yeah.
who have been aiding the villages, they can do one thing, and they can visit the resort and carry the luggage. The
Carry the
luggage
luggage.
that we
Yeah,
have in the
yeah.
resort, they can bring that luggage to the
But
hospital.
I think
And we have
we
one
have
more.
enough
There
people
are two
at the
boats available.
resort,
We can
gentlemen.
go
I
out
would like to suggest
over
that
this.
the person who got admitted for treatment, they will directly travel to railway station. They will drop as
Yeah,
Yeah,
two
so
of your already there. So the three will be at their railway station. One person on the jeep came back to the shore. Other three will use. Other five will use. Seven will use two boats to cross the river. They again get into
okay,
the jeep
yes.
and they can travel to
yeah,
Ramnagar.
exactly. So that's what I'm saying. The people who are already on that side, they can help and bring the
Help
luggage
bring
via
your
the
luggage.
river,
Yes.
then the jeep, and they can meet at the hospital so that everyone can go to the
Yes,
railway station.
railway station.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
and we also have to use
since
the
we
They
bike
have
can
return.
yeah, and since we have abundant of time, and like by 2 p.m. we'll be having our train. So
catch
I
our train.
think our task would be finished by approximately 12 p.m. So we'll have abundant of time for that.
We can finish that on time.
Okay.
Yes,
Gentlemen, I think we should talk on time and distance as well. If we will
yeah,
be
right.
dividing
Yes,
time and
yes.
distance, what we have to do. So,
Yeah. So
like,
Gentlemen, there are first here from resort to
yeah,
village there is
gentlemen,
approx 2 kilometer. So the people with the they can go by running also. It's 2 kilometer, not so far. It will take approx 15 to 20 minutes. And the people who has gone to police station, they can come with them. It will take approx 30 minutes. And after
well,
I
that
we
think
group,
have
distance is
some
not
good
something which can
resources.
be covered, which will take
Yeah,
30
we
minutes
have
to
some
cover. I
good
think
resources
4 to
like
5
30 to
we
40
have
kilometer
a
minutes,
distance.
yeah,
bike
approx, yeah,
and we have a jeep
for that
and
situation.
boat, so we can definitely use these resources rather
Right.
than travel running. So,
Okay.
for example,
Yeah.
for treating our injured friend, we can take the help of the boat and then
Boat
the
and
jeep.
then
So the
yeah,
approx distance would be around 3 kilometers that we can easily cover in
15
15-20 minutes
minutes,
to
15 minutes.
admit the
Right.
friend in the
And
hospital.
Yeah.
3 kilometer for the hospital. So we can take 10 to 15 minutes if we drive in a slow pace to reach,
Exactly.
because we have to
Yeah.
take
Yeah,
care of the injured status
that's
also.
thing. And
Yeah.
for the
Right.
one person that we are sending to the Ramnagar railway station, the distance is almost 1 to 2 kilometers.
2 kilometers.
That yeah, 2 kilometers. That since there is a village, they can he can borrow some cycle, or he can ask people for the lift to the railway station since people must be going to the railway station. So he can
Yeah, and
that
gentlemen,
would
as
also
we are using, yeah, that will help. And as we are using bike to send to call help from police, it will take hardly 8 to 10 minutes to ride
Yeah,
a
so
bike to
that
10
we have to go
kilometers.
from police station to that
yeah,
village
but
location
we have
also.
to
It
also
will take
go for
approx
the police.
same.
Yeah, so
But here
say
I will
resort to the
suggest,
police
gentlemen,
station
we
is
should hand over
approximately.
the work to police only. Police will be expert in the handling situation. We should not
Well,
put our main
we are not aware
situation.
about the number of dacoits that are coming there, so
Yeah.
it would be a good idea to assist the police. And
Police
moreover,
station.
if by the attack of dacoits, if some people are injured, we can be extra hand in helping and treat the injured people also. So it
Yes,
would
right.
be a good thing that we can contribute as well. So that is 1 kilometer approximately to the police station. Then from the police station to the village, it is approximately
3 kilometers.
three
3 kilometers.
kilometers. So which since we are using the bike
But
for the one
gentlemen,
kil.
I would like to correct here. If we are taking 2 kilometers from resort to this distance of
So
8
guys, just a
kilometers.
second. Please nominate one for the conclusion part.
Yeah, I would like to nominate Prashant. Why? The solution.
Okay. So with Akhilesh, if you allow, I would like to present the
Yes,
final
yes, I told
solution.
you. Yes, Prashant, you only.
Okay. So, as per the group, the problems have been like the treating the injured friend, catching the records, and informing the railway station about the blockade. We are dividing the group into five, three, and one. That since one of the friend is injured, four people carry the friend by making a stretcher out of the woods and take him to the riverside. In the boat, they carry across the river. Three of them then carry the friend on the jeep to the hospital. One of the person he then takes left to the railway station to inform the railway station about the blockade in order to clear it. Remaining the five people out of the two go to the railway station on the the police station on the bike to inform the police about the dacoits. The three of them meanwhile create some kind of hand weapons out of the wood and the resources that are available. Then they all uh, attack the dacoits that are there in the village and help out the injured people as well. For the final, we will be the people who are on the other same side. They will reach the resort and carry the luggage and use the second boat to cross the river and then reach the hospital. The final meet point would be the hospital, and from there, using the jeep, we'll reach the railway station and then catch our train. Any changes that anybody would like to make? Okay.
Okay, everyone. Nishan, would you like to add anything?
Uh, Actually, I don't know how to execute it. I was just listening, but uh, I want to add some more points, if you allow.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay.
So you guys have talking about going to the hospital. So I would say that before taking the injured friend to the hospital, we should give a first aid from the resort, right? Since his head is profusely injured, so we should like in the resort there is abundant material of first aid, like the bandages is there, the Dettol and Savlon is there, so we should do a first aid kit before taking to the hospital. Number one. Second thing is that uh, there is a boat and there is a bike. So if on a common instance, if we take an example, whom do we prefer? Then any of the say that we will prefer bike instead of boat. Why? Because there is an cases of upstream and downstream also in the river.
But
And
the road, there's a road blockage, and the road is not available for the use.
okay, so the
And plus,
hospital
we
is
cannot,
not the
plus we
hospital.
cannot carry the injured person on a bike, right? Since he is
No, we
profusely
we can
injured.
carry, we can carry. I have seen it, and we have done it.
But
Like one
He
person
obviously,
is
he was badly injured.
riding.
Yeah,
Badly injured.
he was
That is
badly
why I
injured.
have said that we
He
have given a
fell
first
head
aid to
down to.
him. Because
But
if we
still, it
travel
yeah,
to
won't.
the,
Prashant.
it is the matter of the time, na? If we travel from the boat,
Yeah,
it will take
Yeah,
Nishant.
but
five to
we
five
have a
minutes
road
more.
blockage also, na? We have a road blockage also.
I would like to talk something
There
early
is a
on that
village.
point.
If you remember,
We are talking
there
about
is a
resort
village
in
also.
a forest.
So we should
We know
also
it's
take
not a
the we should
multi-story.
also take the injured man to the primary healthcare also. Instead of taking to
There's
the hospital, there is a village also. So in the village there are primary healthcare services, right?
Yeah.
we are aware that there's a primary healthcare
Hmm?
services, but we also need to take in account the severity of the injury. That
It was mentioned it was badly injured.
the person is very badly
Yeah.
injured, plus he has fallen heads down. So for
Okay.
those kind of injuries, something like X-ray is very much needed, and I don't think so at a primary healthcare center X-ray would be available.
Yeah, right.
So it is a best option to reach the hospital rather than taking him to a primary health center. Plus the point of carrying on a bike, it is very
It's not advisable.
it's not
Yeah.
advisable because the person has fallen the head down, so
He's
there
not
are chances
not
of,
he will be not in conscious also consciously.
yeah, and there are chances that there will be some kind of spinal cord injury. And
Yeah.
carrying a person erect would actually increase the injury. So rather than creating a stretcher out of boats and then carrying him would be a more proper uh, method to solve this.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. Anything?
It was really a great idea. Yes, I will share it over. Will it be okay?
Yeah, I'd like to talk on the solutions part. Like I was saying that we know that resorts are not multi-story building. That especially in the places where people go for picnic, it's just a bigger area with some small one storied house or like that. So if someone is, I don't remember. That's why I said asked for sharing of narrative. I don't remember that the thing was mentioned that he fall head down. I just remember that he was down from balcony, and it's about perception of injury. I perceive that if someone is getting injured up by falling, he will generally broke either his hand or leg. In a normal case scenario, we think like that, or some head injury where bleeding is coming.
Wait. It was clearly mentioned there badly injured. Should I share it once again?
Yeah, badly injured means now we have to perceive how badly injured. If we are going for a spine injury and all,
Ayush, I would like to mention one point. We are not the doctors, right? So how can we perceive that the injury is of third degree or 1 degree?
And even when
we
Gentlemen,
can.
in a
Nishan.
Severity, take it as
Yes, it has mentioned it is as badly means you have to take it as a severe
If it is
only.
an internal bleeding, then it is more severe, na?
plus if we
Okay.
take it in a real life scenario, if some of your friend has fallen from a balcony, that too at us from some height, we are gonna take it severely only. Even if there is not a symptom that is appearing on the outer side, you will actually advise the person to just go to the hospital and take a thorough checkup.
Yeah,
There
exactly.
are injuries that take some time to come out. There, like sometimes there is some kind of internal injury, bleeding, or the internal bone breakage is there, which does not feel at that moment, but after that it appears out. So better to take it severely because somebody has fallen from the balcony.
Okay. I just take severe injury as some type of bone. Like we see if someone falls from, because I don't take it a multi-story building from
So
where
that
someone
is
is,
your perception. It's okay. It's fine.
Okay, so
I think story,
Ayush,
resorts are like that only. If you
yeah, so
visualize a resort somewhere,
okay, okay. But then what would you consider a very severe injury, the spinal cord, and what would you consider that? What do you say?
I think that will be very severe injury if I am considering that he has broken his spine cord. He will not able to walk
Uh,
again.
so we cannot like stay on and decide. Na? There is a severe injury, very severe, extremely severe. So that is not the clarity given. Na? Let's take it
Yeah,
as a
so I
severe
will
injury.
consider.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I agree with this hospital solution because it's obviously mentioned there that there is a hospital. We can't rely on PHC whether PHC is available or not. So we
Yeah.
should go to hospital. I agree on that part.
alright. So let's have one video call. Are you all ready?
Yes, I'll just also.
Shweta, I need to drop, I guess.
What?
I need to drop the call.
I didn't get you.
Hello.
Yes. What you're saying?
I think I need to drop the call.
No problem. You can.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for joining the session for GP.
Thank you. It was nice session. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Akhilesh. Thank you.
Topic is electric vehicles in India.
Like, is Mohit participating in the GD?
Mohit,
Yeah, I'll be participating. Just give me a minute to settle down.
alright.
Yeah, till then can ask. Yeah, Sweta, go ahead. I think it will.
You can ask.
Yeah, I was asking about solution of Dakayat. We are sending people, and either it is also not mentioned that we are expert at firing or something like that. So I will. Even I heard from some expert. you just ask for police help. Yeah, and also I possibly, I tried to think that why villagers asked help from us. So I figure out that we have a bike and they can save their time uh, for asking help from police because they had already been attacked. So it must be a scenario where some people will be holding them by using their weapon, and some went to ask for help, and now they want to minimize the time to reach police station. So we need to send our person on a bike to quickly call the police station and inform them that okay, this scenario is going on.
Okay, so I want to add something here.
Guys, before uh, I'm so sorry, but before we start the GD, I would request if anybody could please send me the image and the text for the GP exercise so that I can also prepare for that.
Right.
In the
Ayush,
group,
you have asked now that what we can do on the matter of decades. So what I can see that we can have the like in the villages there are old uniforms of army veterans and police veterans, right? So we can use them as a uniform to imitate that we are the police. Meanwhile, our friend will be going to the police station. Also, we can use some sort of screws or some sort of uh, stones to block the road so that the dacoit will not exit from the villages. I think it will be the
First of all, I would like to ask Nishant, why
Mhm.
if some village has this type of uniform, they will not come up with this idea to intimidate, and why someone using weapon will give your his weapon to
Like
you.
he is asking help from us, so we have to do something. Na? Informing is not the solution.
Yeah, so that's what I told you, what I can do. The
So
quickest
what I was
possibly
saying that,
ask for help.
so as a college going student or as a young guy, what we can do that don't direct handling the dacoits. Instead of like if you develop a fear kind of thing in the dacoit, that we are the police, they will surrender or they will have to depart from the village. So we don't have any casualty in the villages. So what I feel that would be the best possible solutions. Any
Well,
comments?
since we are college students and fighting is very common in colleges,
Hmm.
and since we are basically in the SSB, we are preparing for being an officer where we have to somewhere in a fight in the future. So where we'll be in severe gunfires. So why not just go on and assist the police and the villagers? We'll be more in number. Since we initiate a fight, the villagers are there with us. The police is there with us. We have the uh, handy weapons that we have made. We will be having the police weapons with us. Why not just overpower the dacoits? Okay. Why just think about we can intimidate somebody or we can just go there and just inform the police? We are there to do the best
exactly,
thing
Prashant.
possible.
I feel that we just need to assist the police in whatever they are doing, and if any manpower is required, we can help in that. Uh, I don't think using any of the weapons that we are not authorized to would be a very good thing.
I think fighting in college is very different from fighting in guys. In college, you are
Yeah. Yes, I'm right.
Shweta, before you start, could you please confirm that you have sent the GP exercises SSB group Charlie? Because I'm just a part of that.
Echo.
Uh, if it's possible, can anybody send me personally? Like I can. Yeah, please. Sure. That would work. Or if it's possible, anybody of you could WhatsApp or mail me. That would be really helpful. Uh, uh, I'll drop it in message. Please mail me if it's possible. Only in that time. All right, let's proceed. Gentlemen, I feel that electric vehicles in India is a huge opportunity with a lot of potential that needs to be tapped upon.
Well, we live in an area where most of the population is still very much dependent on the village activities, be it agriculture or the related activities. So, since in villages most people have only the basic necessity of a cycle, how can we expect some to be then usable to the electric vehicles, and not only the amount of money they would have having, plus the issue of making charger ports for them. The places where till now 24 hours of electricity is also now available. So definitely vehicles are a huge challenge for the country right now.
Adding on to what Sam said,
I actually
the challenge which Mohit made, the challenge in electric vehicles, this is one which shortage of semiconductor. We are in a stage where we are not able to fulfill the demand of semiconductor for the electric things we have already developed. So the upcoming innovations will require much number of that. Yes, availability of electricity is everywhere, but there are instances where electricity caught fire and then blasted, the battery got blasted. So these are the areas needs a lot of improvement to become an opportunity for India.
Plus the technology. Whenever I was to the Indian market, the copies start to come up. The people are nowadays not as skilled to handle electric vehicle, the technical part of electric vehicle, the lithium-ion batteries, or the fuel using some standard using them. But when electric vehicles are gonna come, you definitely people are gonna use try their hands on, and that is gonna create issues like suggested that is batteries catch fire or blast that are coming up. And then the country is not at all bad for this. There are some mechanics who are trained for the specifically for the electric vehicles now.
So, gentlemen, I can believe this transition takes a lot of time, and our country is doing the basic that is required for it. First of all, I would like to say that there is infrastructure being built for using electric vehicles in the metropolitan cities, and with will expand beyond villages. I feel that this is a very good transition that was required in order to make our country.
one
Seriously, because it needs charge. After charging systems are also available at every places.
this matter to our various resources. Why? Because if the area has been approved, then let it nurture, let the feedback come. We have already some positive feedback, just like we. So before having implementing these ideas for more than 5 to 6 years, we cannot say anything about EV, and we have seen that the London Railways is also going to plan by 2030 fully on the electric, not on the diesel vehicles, and by 2050 we are going to have a carbon zero neutral. Now coming back to the point, can say that the EV vehicles are less pollutants as compared to the diesel vehicles, because EV vehicles require lithium mining, which consists of a mine, but in this time the battery comes from the less pollutants we can see in the sky. Whereas as compared to the diesel or petrol vehicles, sulfuric dioxide and the nitrous oxide causes the more climate, and we
India is a country
Friends, I would like to just add a point in between. Prashant, I would like to just add a thing that since we have lithium-ion batteries, very time we have been exploring new options, and you must have heard about the cobalt batteries that have been mined in Africa. So there are new technologies that are evolving, and that would also resolve the issue of short distance that we can use today to travel. Apart from that, I believe that we need to try before getting to a conclusion. For like I live in a metropolitan city right now, and over here, like in past 3 4 years, people have switched to electric vehicles, especially two wheelers. So it can be easily implemented and is beneficial to the environment. Then I believe that it would be very helpful if we switch from petrol towards the electric.
Okay. So adding to Mohit's point, when we go forward, we see that India is a country of Thar bullet, where people basically use their vehicle as a, for their status symbols. And for if you consider the EVs are not coming out to be that muscular in the market. So definitely people are not gonna switch to that. So more of a good design that is suited to the Indian market is must. But most of the companies that are creating the EVs are not suited to the Indian market or the taste of the Indian customer.
Gentlemen, if
I view that it is not about the
point of ecological effect, I would
it
like
is
to
not
point
about
out that we have
the
said that lithium and
EV
cobalt
fitting the
I know
requirements of India right now.
the amount of pollution that is mining is giving. One of the CEO of the greatest vehicle company said that switching to electric vehicle, we are not reducing our environmental pollution. We are just increasing it. Just we are shifting the pollution from one factor to another factor. Like if we are mining, then we need to mine a lot to make those amount of battery, those huge amount. And when the mining will be done, a lot of pollutants will create. Now we are shifting the pollutions factor from the fuel source vehicle to the mines. So we are not completely alternating the option. We are just changing the factor. We are
We
not
are indirectly
sending
polluting the
gentlemen,
environment only.
We all know that we all know this very well that petrol and diesel is an exhaustible resource, right? So
climate
with
sustainable development comes
after some time, these resources.
irrespective of having the muscular
Nishant, would you just give me a minute to complete? Thank you. So I was saying that petrol and diesel are exhaustible resources, and right now with the rate we are using, I don't feel they would be usable after 30, 40 years. And talking about the ways of polluting the country, uh, petrol and diesel cars cause a lot of pollution. Whereas in when we'll be using EVs, it would be just the batteries. After that, they will be disposed, and they can also be used in some other electronics that are like that do not require very high quality materials. They can be used over there. They can be recycled. But if we talk about the petrol, the car fumes have sulfur and a lot of things that are already polluting our environment a lot.
Well, India is still not the hub for the lithium-ion batteries or the semiconductors. So if we are switching to EVs, we are basically getting dependent on the other countries for our basic resources, be a vehicle. So this dependency is gonna have a bad geopolitical impact on the Indian countries, because if in future they stop the supplies for the lithium-ion batteries or the semiconductors, your the whole country transportation is gonna stop. So this would create a huge problem for India also.
So friends,
I don't think
Foxconn has started a semiconductor industry in Vadodara. Foxconn has started a semiconductor study industry in Vadodara, Gujarat, and also recently it has been in the news that it is going to start one more factory in Maharashtra itself. So we don't have any declining of the semiconductor. Now coming back to the point, we are also
Exactly like
using ethanol
Nishan told
blending.
that since it is
Wait.
Foxconn,
Let me complete it.
like, I just want to
Why?
answer on the Foxconn thing. Like since it is a
Okay,
foreign
okay,
company, so sanctions can
okay,
be applied on the Foxconn company, since the
okay.
foreign companies, when there is a conflict with the parent
Okay. So
country
let me
of
complete
Foxconn
my
also.
point. You can have your. So besides that, we are also using ethanol blending, like 20% of the petrol being blended to ethanol. Why we are causing that? To decline the pollutants. And what can I say, gentlemen? That purchasing a e-vehicle is more convenient to the diesel brigade. I can say how that. If you have a Ola app, then you can have a simply a registration number and a chassis number which is of engine. Besides that, you don't need anything. But when you go to purchase even a motorcycle, then there is a lot of documentation required. After a couple of months, you will get your vehicles. And also I would like to say that, gentlemen, there is also a case of employment also. If we nurture our EV in our country, and we are nurturing, then it also create a additional employment for the IIT sector also. We have seen that in Silicon Valley, the Hyderabad, the IIT Madras is renewing its own facility for carbon neutral. It has also manufactured some kind of mud vehicles.
Riva. Okay, so as
exactly
Nishant
adding on to
was
Nishant,
suggesting,
we all
like
know that our government has been our government has been promoting made in India for a really long time. So I believe it is the high time that we work on making we work on making new factories that would be established, new startups which help us make electronic vehicles at a better technologies and at a cheaper price.
well, I would like to take attention on the other side of it. Like, are these people who are working on making these EVs in this factory would be capable of buying one? Because even the cheapest of the EVs would cost a hefty amount. That would create an economical divide among the people. There would be people who are totally using EVs, and there are people who are still would be using cycles only, or the old mediums of the vehicle. So this would create
Prashant,
economical
putting
divide
things
also.
into perspective, whenever there is a technological shift, what happens is the thing is initially very expensive. So let me put across the 4G example. Initially, data was around 250 rupees per GB. But when innovations were done and new players came into the market, it brought down the cost of it up to 19 rupees. Similarly, when new players are there in the market, they'll compete and prices will be down and feasible for the consumers.
Yeah, in the long run, it will be feasible, but we also have to look at.
As we
And
Yeah,
talked
also,
gentlemen,
more
but I
if
would
purpose
like
people
to
about
have
see
that,
to
the
one more.
new
choose climate
I
or
as
like that to
money,
put out one
then
more problem that
gentlemen,
is
I would
there.
say that
Is
there
it
are two
suitable for
options. Whether you have to
long
choose
distance traveling
climate or
as well as for
sustainable
long
development,
distance
or you
transportation?
have to.
Because we also see that people are now the nearest city from a village is around 30 kilometers. If we see by and large. So it's a electric vehicle suitable for traveling 60 kilometer up and down, or is it available or feasible to carry a load? Like if farmer wants to transport his agriculture production to a city of around 100 kilometer, is it feasible to use a electric tractor, or is a
Exactly,
electric
exactly,
vehicle to transport these items
exactly. The
to that much length?
exactly transportation would be hit also. Also, adding to Mohit's point,
And also,
well,
if I have
for
to
the
choose, if
electric
I have
Ayush,
vehicles, the case we
whenever
have to
there is
first
a
establish
friends,
the electric.
friends,
There's one point that I
there is
can
a
bring up.
concern
Like
about money
Nishant, just one
problem
point.
also.
Like
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
the
fine.
point is, just like we are talking about establishing the different charging points, we can also switch a better alternate, that is hydrogen, for using as fuel. Hydrogen being a cleaner fuel, as well as the switch can be very easable, because the already established pumps can be modified in a way so that hydrogen can also be pumped through those. So hydrogen, the first of all, the change would be easy. Second of all, it is also a clean fuel. Plus, the vehicles that we are currently using, they would be modified to be compatible with hydrogen. So, being completely switching to EV is going to be a great challenge. But switching to hydrogen and then, meanwhile, making infrastructure for the electrical would be a better option.
Yeah,
So,
I would like
gentlemen,
to,
I would like to
on the
add one
terms of
more
fuel,
point
I would like
towards
to also
Shweta.
put up a
Ayush,
point
let me
that,
complete it.
if filling of a tank of a vehicle takes 5 to 10 minutes if we are going to fill, but charging of an electric vehicle took 40 minutes to get it charged. Now, in a country where population is of 140 billion, and if we look at the number of vehicles, do we think that even we put a lot of charging station, it will be fit for long traveling vehicles to get charged and keep moving ahead, and people will get to their desired place at time? We need to address
Also,
this situation also.
Okay,
also we are
Ayush,
using
I
friends,
vehicles
agree
to
with
climb the
you
heights
it is the
where
to a
okay,
lot of
friends. It is
extent,
the
but I'm
mindset of our
optimistic
Indian
about the
people.
technologies
Friends,
that are evolving. Recently, we remember that our devices, mobile devices, took at least an hour, 2 hour, or at least 4 5 hours of charging. But to this date, we can see that they can easily charge in 30 to 40 minutes. So, with time,
exactly that's the
technologies will
point.
come,
adding
but
We
one
till
more
the
are
points
time,
towards
we
Mohit,
have
adding
not
one more
developed
point
that
towards
kind of
Mohit.
infrastructure till
I
date.
would like to
Okay,
add in
so
By
I
the
would
time
like
we'll
to
be
say
making that
that
infrastructure,
would
it
like
would
to
require
say
lots
that
of
I
infrastructure. So
would
that
like
is
to
the main
add
it is
that
challenge about it.
okay. So I would say that it is the common mindset of the Indian people to choose convenience. We, if there is any type of problem, then we don't able to adapt it. If I have to choose climate or money, then I would choose climate. But it is for the benefit of our earth. It is the benefit of our climate. Then why should we don't able to adapt ourselves a certain kind of unreliefness? Like Ayush has said that there is a problem of charging. There is a problem of fast filling petrol. It's okay. There are a lot of problems, but by the time, as Mohit has said, that in 2 or 3 years there are going to be more charging ports
usually
in the
around
village
300 to
also.
400
And
kilometers,
also,
right?
let me complete. Okay, so let me complete it.
I
And
totally
also, I like
understand. But
to
for
say
the time being, we can carry our own chargers that we use at home, right?
But
yes, right.
if we see about the places where we are
Uh,
operating at higher altitudes also, be it Ladakh or the base ground for the Siachins also. We are operating at those places also, where the electric equipment basically stop working because of the level of temperature is there. So the presence of EVs is not at all possible at high grounds.
Yeah,
Tata
gentlemen,
Nexon
gentlemen, I would
recently
like to
received the
disagree on this
EV vehicle.
because
it is totally
Tata
understandable
because
that
Nexon
when
even
we
you
has
carry your
consider
charger, but you
when we
need
also
your
consider
electricity to
been
transportation,
charge
hampered in
your
the
car.
sun.
gentlemen,
It
Most,
has
let me complete.
created a
Let me complete this.
distance on the
You need,
Siachins.
you
It
can
has
carry your charger,
completed.
but you need your electricity to charge. One of the
Exactly.
solution can be you can use solar panel to charge, but now it will depend on the type of climate. Like if some days we don't get sun for a whole day, then you are going to stay at the same place. So you need to
Exactly.
address these things. India, as a country which has different geographical conditions, need to overcome these challenges to make this electronic vehicle a good thing for its growth.
Plus, are we
Uh,
creating more mechanics which
Before
are
coming to
capable of
Ayush's point, I would
handling the
like to address the
any kind of
Prashant's
problem
point.
when is there?
Uh,
Like, I just a point like
Gentlemen, it would be much easier to take electricity to the mountains and unfeasible areas rather than petrol, because we all know that uh, electricity travels by wires. So once we lay the wires, it would be easier for the villages that are far off. They would have electricity, and at the same time, they would be able to charge their EVs and everything. Whereas talking about the petrol vehicles, uh, we all know that in mountains there are large tankers that carry petrol, right? So I believe that when talking about overall feasibility, electricity would be a much better option.
well,
Now coming
if
towards
we
the
talk about the high
advantages of
altitude,
e-vehicles.
I would
Okay.
like to answer to Mohit's point. Like, if we talk about the high altitude, it is the kerosene that is of utmost use over there. We are creating electricity on the high altitude using kerosene, which is again a exhaustible resource. So we are at one point creating electricity using the kerosene. So what would be the use of EVs then in place of them? Plus, as Ayush said about the infrastructure not being there, there are also not the skilled people who can deal if there is a breakage in the EV vehicles. For example, if there is breakage on the road, we will have to basically tow our vehicle back to the service center to get our vehicle fixed, which is not which does not happen in case of a normal vehicle. The mechanics are skilled enough to
Agreed,
handle the
Prashant,
vehicle.
but that is how we will be generating more employment opportunities and providing employment to a lot of variety of people.
Exactly, and that
Gentlemen,
is how
I had a e-bike, and whenever I feel any type of technical fault, then I just call the technical assistant. He comes here and repair the fault and goes there. So that is as easy as you can carry your diesel vehicle to the mechanic shop. I can say that it is more as easy for the e-vehicles, because if we purchase the e-vehicles, then we see the taxes are very less as compared to the diesel vehicle. Besides, let's not talk about
Gentlemen,
the mechanics
moving
part.
ahead.
Let me complete, Ayush. I would say that the road tax plus the insurance for the diesel vehicle is more as compared to the EV. The cess is around 22% for the vehicle, which is more than 10 centimeter. But if we come to the e-vehicle, the cess is around 12% only. This shows that the government is also taking initiative to push more electrical vehicles towards India as compared to the diesel vehicles.
Agreed.
Yeah, so
Recently, a
moving
Delhi
ahead, I would
government
like
has
to
also
say,
given a subsidy to anybody that wants to purchase an electric vehicle. They would get some money back from the government, apart from like lesser taxes as compared to the
yeah,
conventional
gentlemen,
vehicles.
yeah, I would like to say that we appreciate that government is putting a lot of initiatives to push EV into market, but these subsidies are not going to help in a long run. When there will be enough number of EVs, they will pull down the subsidies. So this is not the matter of concern whether we are getting subsidies or not. The matter of concern is whether we have better infrastructure to sustain those vehicles that we are getting. Do we have technical expertise at least minimum level to everyone to at least take that bike to or car to mechanic, or do we have a permanent solution for renewable energy sources? Because we are using electricity, but the medium of creating electricity is still heavily dependent on coal, which is exhaustible. Still we are using battery, which is heavily dependent on lithium ion, for which we need mining. So whether we are creating the dependent source on which EV will be dependent on renewable energy sources or not is a challenge. And if a
I
government
believe
is going
that
to address it, it will be definitely a good option for improvement
Okay,
as
let's
well as
start to
growth.
wind up the
I
discussion
believe.
since we have a very fruitful discussion.
All
Most of
right.
us produce. Yeah.
Last comment, Prashant.
Guys, uh, Before we wind up, I've just messaged my email. Could anybody please share the GP with me? I would be really grateful for that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Sweta,
Thank you.
please share GP in Bravo group also. It will be great. Okay, okay.
Okay. Individual feedback if anyone wants to give.
Yeah, there's one thing that I can tell.
Hmm.
Nishan, just say you go on and telling a complete paragraph of the points, na? That you
Hmm.
said one point, then again second and third. We
Hmm.
are less in number over here, so that is
Okay.
possible for us to do. But when there are like 12, 15, that's a
Hmm.
kind of a approx number of group. So people are
Hmm.
not going to allow you to
Yes.
speak for
Yes.
that length also. Okay,
Yes.
so
Right. Right.
at that
I have
moment,
to be
even if
correct.
you, yeah, so छोटे छोटे पॉइंट छोटे छोटे में
Hmm.
डालेंगे ना तो ज्यादा
Fine.
अच्छा रहेगा, rather than कि एक साथ सारा बोल देना, बाद में तो फिर कंटेंट भी नहीं बचेगा ना कि क्या बोलूं हर
Right.
बार.
Right.
तो
I
छोटा
got
छोटा
it.
मारते रहो, सब लोग बोलते भी रहे, सबका सुनते भी रहो, ऐसे that would be a better thing.
Yep. Got it. Hmm. Like. No. No. I was not that. I think मैंने तो charge.
नहीं, that is fine.
Charging.
That was Ayush, I think. ठीक
I
है,
would like to
whatever the
provide
thing is.
small
No. No. I
feedback to
was not
Prashant.
that, Shweta. I have not
हाँ हाँ.
question about charging point.
Yeah. ठीक है.
So Prashant, you were like very logical throughout the discussion, but
Yeah.
somewhere, like sometimes I felt that you were a little stubborn with your points. Like even if somebody provided a alternate to that, you still stuck with that. So
Well,
I felt a little that way.
So, coming to the point
I
of
was supporting
Shweta,
a notion,
like
right?
Ayush was, I think he was questioning more questions regarding what would be that, what would be that. Right, Ayush?
Okay, so the point is clear that we don't have to put up questions, but provide
Yes.
logical and good insights, rather, right? It is clear.
Yeah,
And
actually, the point is that I was speaking against it. So, I was in the form of that this is the challenges that is going to come up to the EVs. So that's how I am against it. Although I had to, at some point, I also felt that in two or three times I asked a question. I shouldn't have done that. So I will improve on that.
we all can
Majority, I have to
improve
improve
that
on
on
some of
that.
this.
Yeah. Plus the
Do
stubbornness
we
part, I
have
understand.
any feedback for me? Yeah, sure, sure. Go ahead, Prashant. You were saying something.
Yeah, like the stubbornness part you told, like I would
Yeah,
definitely
Mohit,
work on it and
let others speak. So
try to.
many times started first.
So I have a feedback for all of you guys, especially Prashant, Ayush, and Mohit. I
Yeah, please.
think uh, if somebody is taking the point, then stick to that point. Now, why you guys were countering each other?
Like मैंने तो
We were
stick किया
not
था, I guess.
countering each other. The
No, it
point
is
was
like
like
of
that,
that.
like I stick to the against part.
Yeah, even like
Right?
yeah,
No,
if I
So
remember right,
someone
so
who is
me
speaking
and
in
Ayush
favor
were
will
against
going
it.
to counter.
like Mohit has said that
Gentlemen,
Prashant. Okay.
Mhm.
I
Just
believe that it is fine till the time we are giving logical explanation behind anything. Then even countering is fine, but there's a way of doing that. We everybody know that, like, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, my battery is really gonna die, so I'll be signing off. Thank you for the discussion. Thank you for the session, Shweta. I hope to meet you all guys tomorrow. Okay.
Fine.
Yeah,
Thank you.
same.
Good night.
Okay. Good night.
Likewise, likewise.
Okay, like
Good, good night, guys.